Here we see Perez and Alonso on the grid waiting for the lights. Alonso here is slightly outside the line on his grid spot, which resulted in a 5 seconds penalty for the Aston Martin driver. Some would say this is a harsh penalty, but this made it easier for Alonso to overtake Perez into the first braking zone. Perez regained the race lead on lap 4 of the race. Then on lap 7 of the race Charles Leclerc overtook Gasly. And then lap 9 Hamilton was warned for weaving on the straight to try and block a fast approaching Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Hamilton was helpless and conceded the place to a much faster Leclerc. On lap 12 Hamilton had to defend from his 2021 rival Max Verstappen, although it wasn't much of a fight as the Red Bull of Verstappen flew past Hamilton with ease. The 13th lap was when Leclerc set his sights on the Alpine of Esteban Ocon. The Ferrari driver once again with the much faster car overtook with no problems. And then the very next lap Max Verstappen also overtook Ocon. Lap 18 disaster struck for the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. He was instructed to stop the car beside the track after suffering a car failure. Stroll caused a safety car to be deployed as his car was judged to be in an area where the drivers would have to slow. This prompted Max Verstappen to pit as well as Lance's teammate, who used the time to serve his 5 seconds penalty. On lap 20 the green flag was waved, meaning we were racing once again. Perez got a good launch to avoid any battle with Alonso, but on the 21st lap Alonso himself was under pressure from the Mercedes of George Russell. 22 laps into the race Hamilton tried to find a gap to overtake Sainz, but the Spaniard was having none of it. But then Hamilton finally managed to overtake Sainz just a couple moments later. 1 lap later Verstappen overtook Hamilton's teammate George Russell to climb into third place. At the halfway mark in the Grand Prix Max Verstappen turned third into second by overtaking the veteran Alonso. On the 26th lap of the Grand Prix Alex Albon was complaining of having a brake failure but decided against going into the pits to retire, but slowly grinded to a halt by the side of the track. Fortunately a lap later he decided to pit to finally retire the car. Fast forward to the 38th lap out of the 50 and Logan Sargent tried to defend from the fast Alfa Romeo of Joe. Joe managed to overtake Logan without much of a fight from the young American rookie. During lap 46 out of the 50 the Alpha Tauri of Yuki Tsunoda battled to stay in the final points place of 10th. He was putting up a hard defense against the Haas of Kevin Magnussen, but they both locked up whilst battling, enabling Kevin Magnussen to squeeze his way past. Skip forward to the final moments of the race. Sergio Perez was the winner of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix.